Hey, it's Rachel Cruz, co-host on The Ramsey Show. If you want to do your debt-free scream live on the show, visit RamseySolutions.com/debt-free scream. We'd love for you to come to Nashville and tell Dave your story. That's RamseySolutions.com/debt-free scream.
Alrighty, Ramsey Show ending. Aftershow beginning. And I'll put my links in the chat, and then we'll get going here. While we wait, you can listen to the Rachel Cruz song, who we just heard Rachel Cruz doing that outro there. Guess that's what we all want, Rachel Cruz. Hey, look, it's me in there. Look. All right. Alrighty. Let's get going here. Welcome to the After Show. 389 subscribers today. See if we get another one during the show today. Today is what show number? Let's reload. Today is show number 232 today. Alrighty, let's listen to listen for the drum taps. Let's let you know when they come in. Like all plans, it starts with step one. $1,000 emergency fund. Step two, you pay off all your debt. Don't do that yet. So pay off your consumer debt. Every one of the charges, from smallest to largest. Baby step 3 is next. Full emergency fund of expenses. Stay gazelle intensive. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. I hope to meet him, I admire the man. I messed up on this song, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, and why I host this after show. If you don't like results you're getting now, you should do the baby step. If you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby steps. Step 4 is when you can take a breath and go, let's gazelle and invest. Step 5 is to save for your kids. No student loans at all for college. 6 is to pay off your home. Step 7, build your wealth and don't keep it all yourself. And you've lived like nobody else. And now you get to live large, and now you get to give large. His name is Dave Ramsey, and this is his plan. And I hope to meet him, I admire the man. I've messed up in my life, but these steps have made it right. That's why I coach, and why I host this YouTube show. If you don't like results you're getting now, then you should do the baby steps. Looking at you. And if you want to have financial peace, then you should do Dave's baby step trumpet. Take it home. Live from Columbus, OA, just the Ramsey Show Aftershow. Here we talk about the Ramsey Show YouTube chat and the people in it, and all things financial and whatever else I want to talk about. I'm your host, Coach Steve Money, certified Ramsey Solutions financial coach. And you can schedule a free consultation assessment at calendly.com/Coach Steve Money. Link is at the top of the chat and in the video description. You can email me about anything, anything, at CoachSteveMoney@gmail.com, especially if you want to sing the Baby Step song. I want to hear somebody else sing that. You can reach me on Instagram, add me on the Grump, Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And if you'd like to donate to the channel so I can make it better, every little bit helps. PayPal.me/Coach Steve Money. Alrighty, check on the chat. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, Sid, I don't think I saw your S&P analogy at the end there. I think I was busy or something. I think I was once they were doing the sign off. If so, I missed it. Today's Ramsey Show hosts on an all-new Ramsey Show. We're Dave Ramsey, author of Total Money Makeover and Baby Steps Millionaires. And with him was George Camel. And sorry for the delay. Need a producer or somebody. All right, and yes, yeah. JoJo 3 podcast. They don't cost a cent. Borrow future, entree, leadership, and the fine print. Opened up YouTube, saw the thumbnail was Camel. It's always fun with George on the panel. AO wears Acer Filoni, used to wear flannel. No one does it better than our guy George Camel. Hit his house off. He got a second dog, y'all. This dog will replace that car that I know of. Alrighty. And let's see, what did today? Because you can do better, him. You could do worse, though. That's like saying you should marry the first person who asks you out. Yeah, you right. Some new people, and they're acting like they were new, and then asking about the people that aren't there anymore. And then all of a sudden they know everything about Dave, like they've been in there, and they know that I've been in the chat every day. So, that's just somebody on a different name. Yup. Market report. Look at all that green. Except the volatility index at the end. You want that to be red. That's the only one you want to be red. All right. That actually goes on for, how long does that go on for? 2 minutes, 40 seconds. We don't need it to go on that long. That's what she said. Alrighty, so as you can see here, NASDAQ, baby, up 3.59, unless Troy Story gets in touch with a better number today. I won fantasy mutual funds yesterday, and almost certainly will win today. 3.59% up. What's the Russell Small Cap, the next best, 2.71, and S&P 500, 2.57%, and a flat 2% up for the Dow Jones Industrial Average, which is the total market. All right, and now let's look at boom, ba-dum, bum, bum. Where's that one? Right there. Tech financials lead resurgent Wall Street as oil plunges. So what happened? What happened? As far as I know, there's still a war. As far as I know, they're still raising interest rates sometime this month. What happened? And we can't find out. Hope this. Let's see. U.S. stock surged on Wednesday, led by financial and tech shares, rebounding from several down days as oil prices pulled back sharply after fanning inflationary fears and investors gauge developments in the Ukraine crisis. Yeah, so this doesn't say. Maybe we'll find another article that does. But yeah, I didn't know I couldn't read this. Because I reached my article limit on the Reuters. So perhaps some other page will have an explanation as to what is different about today than other days. And probably the answer is no one or nothing. And they just got tired of looking at it go down, or it went down and they thought, oh, there's no way that this stock isn't worth this much. So, yeah. All right, so back to the numbers. As I said, all good. Earnings calendar we got coming up today, actually reported at 5 p.m. We'll see tomorrow how CrowdStrike did. I'm not familiar with that company. Familiar with Oracle, and that'll be tomorrow. Rivian as well tomorrow. Electronic vehicle manufacturer. Accenture and Nike and Adobe. And any other company that ends in B, or E rather. And those will be next week. Most followed single stocks on the Goog is, my goodness, look at those. All right. I should have a good number, because actually I normally do a bit better than the NASDAQ does. So I'm going to be closer to probably 4% than even that overall. But let's see what we got here. Almost 5% up is Alphabet, which owns Google. 4.59% for Microsoft. Rest of them in the Tesla and artists formerly known as Facebook, Meta Platforms, in the 4s. And Apple 3.5%, and Amazon pulling up the rear with 2.40 percent, which on any other day that would be fabulous, but not upon today. Let's see what the rest of the world is doing. And of course, I realize that around the world, what happens here may affect things that happen the next trading day for the other countries, or vice versa. So it may not be like a direct cause what happens here and then what goes there, or what happened there, what happened in Asia perhaps earlier could affect the day here. But anyway, so I don't know how geography works. So anyway, everything up in Europe, check that out. Europe is not that far ahead of us, I think. So again, I don't know which one would come first and then affect the other. But Asia, mostly down. 2 out of the 5 indexes are up, but mostly down. And I don't know how their indices, as it were, correlate to ours. Let's check out the currencies, and the euro is up on the dollar up on the Japanese yen, the British pound louvre up on the US dollar. I don't know how they would say dollar. British pound louvre on the dollar. I don't know how they would say it. The Canadian dollar up on the US dollar A. It's a boot time for that. And the Australian dollar up on the US dollar. Pals and crypto also up today. Bitcoin up good, 8%. I do have a Bitcoin thing. Are we done here? I think we're done here. So let's go to that. Where is my Bitcoin one? Here we go. This is from CNBC. Biden just put out an executive order. That's the president, if you didn't know, on cryptocurrencies. Here's everything that's in it. So it's less than I thought it was going to be. I don't know what I was expecting, but anyway, U.S. President Joe Biden signed an executive order on Wednesday calling on the government to examine the risks and benefits of cryptocurrency. The measure focuses on 6 key areas: consumer protection, financial stability, illicit activity, U.S. competitiveness, financial inclusion, and responsible innovation. The Biden administration also wants to explore a digital version of the dollar. Now that's big, and I wasn't thinking about that at all. But yeah, they just want to look at it. And they're also supposed to be regulating it and getting some tax money on those transactions. So I think that's all we need here. Let's see. I don't know that it's going to... Because it's just, basically, it's just, take a look and see if we should do this. Let's see. Crypto market got wind of the executive order overnight after the Treasury accidentally put out a since-deleted statement calling it historic and releasing some of the details ahead of time. That's great. That person should get fired. How would you? I mean, unless they set, it's automatic, but then somebody would have set up the automatic thing, and definitely don't do that. But nice job, Treasury. It's nowhere important. It's only people that work at the Treasury. Order was finally signed Wednesday. It calls on federal agencies to take a unified approach to regulation and oversight of digital assets, according to the White House fact sheet. So it doesn't really do anything. It should say you parts of the government should do this. And hey, let's look at things. Let's look at things that we could do in the future. We already read all those. Protecting consumers, an important part of the directive. There have been countless stories of investors falling for crypto scams or losing huge amounts of sums of money through cyber attacks on exchanges or users themselves. Alrighty, so and climate change. Biden also dropped a hashtag mention of the sheer energy cost baked into digital currencies like Bitcoin. That's right. It does take energy. Computers, specifically graphics cards, do the transactions for those things, and that's how they make Bitcoin for themselves, a little bit of it, but they process the transactions that way. Let's see. Bitcoin relies on a mechanism known as proof of work to confirm transactions and generate new units of currency. A decentralized network of computers competes to solve complex math puzzles in order to mine the cryptocurrency. That seems like an extra step. But I'm no expert. Good morning, Julia. It's me, Joe. So I think, let's see about the digital dollar. Wants to explore a digital version of the dollar. Comes as China led the charge towards central bank digital currencies, CBDCs. There's always got to be an anagram. With more and more people using smartphones to make payments and handle their finances. Biden isn't saying whether the U.S. should launch its own digital currency. He's just saying. He isn't saying, he's just saying. Rather, he's calling on the government to place urgency on research and development of potential CBDC. And see, the DC could also stand for District of Columbia, too, so they're covered. The Federal Reserve last year began work on exploring the potential issuance of a digital dollar. Central Bank released a report detailing the pros and cons of such a virtual money, but didn't take a position yet whether it thinks the U.S. should issue one. All right. Okay. Here's the breaking news. Stock futures are a little changed after S&P 500's best one-day rally since 2020. That was not that long ago, a year and 3 months. Boom, 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 boom. Does it have a... Here's your oil drop right here. Oil went down. So, that's significant. So maybe prices lower tomorrow. We'll see if that immediately happens or not. Let's see. That's from Yahoo Finance. Here's some lovely graphics for the day. From it doesn't look like that much of a... It doesn't look like 2% up. Where's the NASDAQ? That's 3.5. Yeah, I guess that does. Okay. So, yeah, they just started up. Here's the line is where it was yesterday. And so it immediately, first, in the morning, was way up here. So, all right. Making you look at these small graphics. Whoops. What we're doing? Oh, we're looking at this article. Russia credit rating downgrade pushes it to brink of bankruptcy. Maybe Russia needs to get on the baby steps. But, they have other issues as well that they would have to seek counseling for. But, Brink defaulting on its debts as Fitch Ratings had cut its credit ratings on the country further into junk territory. So, just like the United States, I guess, keep borrowing money to pay off other loans. And that eventually, unless you're a country, that eventually that house of cards falls. But yeah. Boom, 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 boom. Got a new story from Sid that may make tomorrow's after show. Let's see. We got a brief. This is also from CNBC.com. Brief drop in mortgage rates sparks mini refinance boom. Average contract interest rate for 30-year fixed decreased to 4.09% from 4.15% for loans with 20% down payment. Demand for refinances jumped 9% last week compared with the previous week. Applications for a mortgage to purchase a home increased 9% from the previous week, but were 7% lower than the same week 1 year ago. And they stopped putting the thing where it shows the 30 and the 15. Does it even have it in the story? The 30 and the 15 and the 20, I think, is what they normally show. Boom, 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 boom. No, it doesn't show it. Did we already look at this one? No. Market. This basically said the same thing as that other one that I couldn't read. Best day since June 2020. Stock surge, oil retreats, and investors await Ukraine-Russia talks. We did that one. That was the other one I couldn't read. Said the same thing. What? All right. This from IGN report. Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal being investigated for insider trading. Okay, let's see if they have any like inside stuff about it. So they're gonna buy out. Xbox is gonna buy it out. So what's the problem with that? The investments were made. What investments? Hold on. So Barry Diller, Alexander von Furstenberg, and David Geffen, heard of some of those people, invested around $108 million in Activision Blizzard just days before Microsoft acquired the company, and shares went up in value. I don't think any of those people work for Microsoft or Activision Blizzard. Their investment has climbed to $168 million and could be worth upwards of $200 million if they keep their shares until the Microsoft deal closes later this year. Okay, the investments were made by privately arranged transactions through J.P. Morgan Chase and Co., who later reported the trades to law enforcement after the deal became public. This prompted the U.S. Justice Department and Securities and Exchange Commission to both open investigations into the matter. Insider trading is the buying and selling of stocks with confidential or non-public information, usually with the intention to make as much money as possible. The practice is legal. IGN, or at least this article writer, must be in the UK or something. And then they wouldn't pronounce the T either. The practice, no, they do. I think when it's with a C. The practice is illegal in the U.S. Diller has described himself as a long-term friend of Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick and served on Coca-Cola's board of directors with him. All right. Von Furstenberg is the stepson of Diller, and Geffen is another longtime friend. All right. Well, I mean, maybe. Diller told the Wall Street Journal that none of the men had insider information about Microsoft's impending acquisition of Activision Blizzard and said it was just a coincidence and a lucky bet. Well, none has been proven. This is the latest in a long line of controversy surrounding Activision Blizzard in the last few months. They were sued because they had a frat boy culture, so that's unrelated to the buyout. Boom, 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 boom. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know how they would find out. Even if the Activision Blizzard person told his friend, and his friend then told another friend and a relative, I don't know how they necessarily would find that out, but I mean, I could see how, you might think that would happen, but it could have just as easily happened all natural without that going on. All right, and this is from Sid. This is from UPI.com. A Scottish woman checks bank account after 6 decades. $3.35 became $335. Yeah. After how long? After 60 years. So probably you put that in the market instead. If you're just going to leave it for 60 years. You could easily become a EDMM, a double millionaire, if you have 60 years, not just from the 335 investment, but if you are doing the baby steps for 60 years. Definitely could become at least a 2 millionaire. Baby steps 2 millionaire. Let's see. And so why did she forget about it? Carol Allison, 74, grew up in the Philippines, said she was visiting her grandmother in Scotland when she was 6 years old, when the older woman helped her open an account at Trustee Savings Bank, which is now TSB. Allison said her grandmother kept the bank book from the deposit, and it was passed down to her when her grandmother died at the age of 80 in 1969. Allison, who lives in the Stockbridge area, Edinburgh, said she recently rediscovered the bank book and 2 others while clearing her house. She took the book to the bank and discovered her account was still active. She said the $3.35 she invested in the bank more than 6 decades earlier was now $3.35. And she was really pleased, thanked her grandmother under her breath when they donated £250, which is US $3.35. They said it continued to gain interest all that time. All right. Find out if the other 2 bank books bring a further unexpected windfall. That's interesting that they would do a news story for stuff like that, but it's what I don't know what UPI is. Maybe it's something from Scotland, perhaps. No. Oh, what time is it? 6:38. So we're going to your reddit.com, and then you put in your slash, and then your R, and then slash Dave Ramsey. And that's how you get to the Dave Ramsey Reddit, which is not run by Ramsey Solutions, unlike the Ramsey Baby Steps community that is in the Facebook that is run by Ramsey Solutions. By new, this is run by fans, and so they don't they let you type whatever you want as long as you keep it civil and be respectful to each other. So here's the exact place where the people that think they know how to run the company better than Dave, and they have, and even they have problem with this baby step or that baby step. It's a perfect place for them to get it out of their system. All right. You got anything restarting a family bank? You mean you own the bank, or you want a bank account for the entire family? Let's see. This is Ian the Biker. I'm 22, graduate a university. Although some people in America now call it university as well instead of college. Debt free, got a job. What do I do now? Hello, I'm lucky to have gone to school debt free. Just got my first job out of school, making $40K of 6-month more emergency fund. 0 debt to my name. Does that include your car? If you have a car lease, that's debt. Does that include your car or something? We had 2 different calls today where one of them didn't include student loans in their debt, and one didn't include their car in their debt. People have a funny way of thinking. If you're making payments on anything, and that's not like paying a recurring monthly bill like electricity or so forth. If you have an item and you're paying monthly for an item, that is debt. Let's see. I don't know exactly what to do now. Just basically invest all the money that's not in my emergency fund, question mark. Or to save a bunch of cash in case I want to buy something. Cash on hand in case I want to buy something. But honestly, to be honest, I really wouldn't buy anything for like 5 years max. That's my son's name. Do I just keep saving money in cash, hold it? Do I go hard investments? I buy index funds, ETF, VOO, VTI. People love to say their particular index funds. And I've been holding those for 2+ years. Let's see. As far as if you're going to save for a purchase, like a car or something, if you wouldn't buy anything for 5 years max and you know what you want to buy, I wouldn't just save it for no reason. Otherwise, you would apply that money to the baby steps, which for you, it sounds like you are on baby step 4. So that would be 15% of your gross income to investing. And the index funds are not what Dave recommends for retirement. He recommends managed mutual funds for retirement. And so what you would think about at this point is, do you want to save money to buy a house? And so, you can rent forever if you'd like, or if you got something free going on that's going to be a long time, I would save up a bunch of money just in scam likely. Yeah, just in case I wanted to do that, in case I wanted to buy a house. Because yeah, the cash can always do something. Yeah, I wouldn't. I would. Let's see. If you got a job, I would just keep piling up cash and see how your life goes. But go ahead, definitely invest the 15%. And Dave recommends that you do only 15%, so that you can pay your house off. And of course, baby step 5 as well for kid college. But you're just a kid and you just graduated college, so you probably don't have a kid. So you can skip that until that becomes an actual thing. So yeah, probably just think about if you want to buy a house. And that would be it. Otherwise, you're on. If you would say, okay, I'm gonna rent for the rest of my life, well then, you're on baby step 7 in that case, and so you can invest as much as you want. But I would think long and hard about buying a house instead of renting. But some people like to rent. Boom, boom, boom. Junk didn't. Maybe I didn't answer junk fast enough. Maybe he typed it in while I was babbling about something. Let's take a look in here. This is the Ramsey. Talk about today's show here in this regular daily discussion thread. Keep it civil, no rudeness or trolling. All right. I bet we're going to see both rudeness and trolling. I don't know about any civility. Let's see. Dave, I have to have an airbag, Ramsey. I didn't hear about an airbag. Was that today's show? No, that was yesterday's show. I don't remember anything about an airbag. Pretty revealing that Dave admitted that they let people go in at most 3-4 days when somebody gives a 2-week notice. Not a great thing to brag about for an employer that is supposedly a great place to work. Why not? Why not? Tennessee is an at-will state, so they're leaving anyway. Now you get more time to plan, what you're going to do there. So I don't know that I didn't hear him admit that either. I don't know. So I don't know. A lot of times people say Dave said something, and Dave can never be a bad employer. That make him a hypocrite. You must be a hater. That's right. So, alrighty. That's what I get for clicking on it. Okay. This is from Quee. Oh, we read this one, didn't we? Yeah, Crazy Educator, Building Engineer. Yeah, we did that one. Let's try to get. What time is it? A little too early to stop. I like to give like the full hour if I possibly can. Let's just scroll a minute. Yeah, junk still hasn't typed anything else in there. Must have been. Must have typed it in while I was in the middle of talking before I looked back at the chat. I read that one too. I recognize the person's Reddit name. So, but as far as starting a family bank, like you want to own a bank, I don't think that would be that much fun. I don't know. I mean, I guess you could make a lot of money, but you starting a family bank is going to be, you can't type in links. You can't type in links, dog. Links are blocked. So, but you can't, so, I mean, just tell me if you're talking about if you want to own a bank. No, I don't have anything for that. I'm not a, here's how you open a bank person. That's not part of financial coaching. I mean, if it's, I mean, I can tell you exactly what Dave says about starting any business. You do it at the speed of cash. So that means you don't borrow any money to start your business of loaning people money. Which, again, if you aren't in favor of debt, then owning a bank would be a little hypocritical. Yeah, you can't copy and paste. You can't put a link into the chat. You cannot do it. So, if it's a link, you can't do that. So, I don't need a whole story. I need you to tell me if you are going to be owning the bank or if it's just a bank for your entire family. Some of them are set up like that where they would have like child accounts where you would be a custodian of the account, but they would have access, and so they could have their own debit card like that, that kind of thing. They do have that, but yeah, if you want to start any business, you do it at the speed of cash. If you don't know anything about a bank, work there first. Work at one first and see if you want to do it, and talk to everybody that works in every position there. Talk to, especially see, how high up the ladder you can get to talk to the people, but talk to people in every position there. So that because you have to know how to work, how to do everything where you work is the best way to operate. But you have to do that at the speed of cash. And I don't really know how you loan somebody $500,000 without having $500,000 yourself. Unless you're going to loan, like, if, you're going to expect people to put their money in your, and you got to do, FDIC stuff and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, I would say don't do that, though. Especially, I mean, if you don't even know the stuff that I'm telling you now, which I don't know anything about it, but I do know that, like the FDIC stuff, you have to do so that the money's protected. Otherwise, nobody's going to put any money in your bank unless it's insured by the feds. So there you go. There's your answer. All right, let's see. UK question. Maybe, let's see. Shite sketchy. No, I read that one too. Let's try to get one. 650. Let's try to get one more that we hadn't done. Welcome drowning. Yep. I just need to go to like 2 years ago. I don't think they have a way for you to do that. Maybe step 1, classroom top. Don't think I read that one. From classroom top here. New to the page and Dave Ramsey. Really don't have anything of value to sell. I need my used 7-year-old fuel efficient vehicle to get to work. How else is it recommended to complete baby step 1? Great question. The first thing you said you're on baby step 1. Baby step 0, among other things, is to decide loans aren't going to be on the table anymore. Debt's not on the table anymore. You're going to get rid of any debt that you do have, but as far as your life from this moment on, debt is not going to be involved except for possibly a mortgage. Paying cash for a house is best, but Dave will not yell at you for getting a 15-year fixed rate mortgage where the payment is 25% of your net income. But other than that, you're done with debt, and that's baby step 0. So the other baby step 0 part is like getting your 4 walls, 5 walls if you include the internet, which my pal Sid does, and I approve that. Approved. Change approved. That's from a show called Cougar Town. Let's see, where was I? Okay, so the second thing of baby step 0 is you do a budget and you cut out eating out. No eating out, especially not till you get the $1,000 for baby step 1. No eating out. You eat at home. What else can you cut out? Subscriptions. Again, I would say cut everything out maybe, but my pal Sid is a little bit more lenient, and she says keep 1 subscription to like streaming and get rid of the rest of them. Get the one, keep the do the one you keep the most, you watch the most. Keep that one, and you cut everything out. You don't go to Starbucks. No coffee. If you want coffee, you go to the store. You buy grounds. Make it at home. So, and you see, that's where the money comes in from that. And so if you don't, also, work overtime at your job. If they don't have overtime, or even if they do, you can still also get a second job on top of that. Definitely if they don't have overtime, but still, if you have time, you don't need to do anything in life except work and get rid of that debt. And get your full emergency fund and baby step 3 funded. So you don't have anything more important to do than that stuff. So even if it takes a couple years, you've had fun all this time. Obviously, that's why you're in this mess, because you had fun and you weren't on top of this stuff. So this is what we call the sacrifice part. You got to sacrifice. And it's as the kids say, since John Deloney got there, kind of about the same time, they started saying it's just a season. And so it's just a short amount of time, and then you can do fun things. Once you have your full emergency fund in baby step 3, there's still other baby steps to do, but you can budget vacations and such. You can do a sinking fund to get a new car if that's what you want to do. So that's what you do. You got to work. You got to work as much as you can. Cut as many expenses as you can. And did I say work as much as you can? That as well. And then it depends on what you may have some stuff that is more valuable than you think it is. So take another look around just in case. And even if it's worth $10, your time is free, and you should be spending a lot of it getting rid of this debt. So if you can make a post on, say, Facebook Marketplace or Craigslist or something like that, and you can give somebody something that they will give you $10 for, do that. I mean, take somebody strong and mean looking when you go to get that money to give them that thing when you meet them for that, of course. But yeah, there's just think of other options that you can do. There's plenty of things that you can do to get more money. Alrighty. Very curious to what the link was to let's just see what comes up just for fun. Let's just see what comes up. Starting a family bank. Let's just see what that is. Tips for setting up your own family bank from Forbes. Hey, Junk. You can just Google it apparently. Let's see what Forbes. First of all, will let me read this. All right. And blocker this page only. Refresh. All right. Advertisements. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. If there's one financial strategy that's never failed me, it's cash flow banking. You might have heard this strategy referred to as family bank. Okay, let me see what it is. Okay, if there's one, I think I have heard of this. If there's one financial strategy never, it's cash flow banking. I wrote about this strategy in my book, What Would Billionaires Do? But the basic premise is start earning interest instead of paying it. Cut out the middleman, the bank, and have access to your money before 59.5, along with a multitude of other benefits. You might have heard this strategy referred as a family bank because it's a way to invest in the pursuits of your heirs instead of just leaving them money. While this is an overarching strategy, at the heart of it is overfunded cash value life insurance. There we go. Junk, if you were watching, you do not do whole life insurance at all. For you, you don't sell it either to anybody else. And if you want to do that, you will have to talk to somebody else about it, because whole life insurance is a ripoff. And if you don't understand why it is, YouTube search Dave Ramsey whole life, and there will be a bunch of videos on that for that. But yeah, so let's see. Yeah, so but apparently this article on Forbes will tell you how to do it. But yeah, I don't know anything about this, and and the reason, of course, would be probably because I don't know anything about it, is because the heart of it is overfunded. It's cash value life insurance. So yeah, that would be why. So you don't get it at all if you're following Dave's advice. All right, well that was fun. Yeah, all right, so that's 6:59. Okay, so let's refresh and see if we got that one more person. 389. That is a spam caller. Where was I? Oh, I was going to tell you what it is tonight. Tonight is Wednesday, isn't it? So I'm going to be playing a game in about an hour. Wednesday and Saturday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Old Man Video Gaming. I don't know what game yet. And Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time, the Ramsey Show Aftershow show. That's this show. And that follows the Ramsey Show video. As soon as that ends on YouTube, the Aftershow starts on YouTube as well. So, same channel, basically. But not the Ramsey Show channel, though. Mondays, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, tech support with Coach Steve Money. And that's where I do what I just did on the Dave Ramsey subreddit. I do that on the tech support subreddit. I have 25 plus years of being a PC repair tech. So I can talk about that as well. Wednesday, no set time, the Curse of Oak Island, no cap recap. That was uploaded this morning at about 6:30 a.m., something like that. So that's up fairly early. There was no Beyond Oak Island. To recap this week, they moved the one that was supposed to be on this week, they moved it to next Tuesday night. So that will be up next week. And that is it for upcoming streams. If Bella wants to play a video game, we'll do father-daughter video gaming, and we will have to start a new game because we finished the last one that we were doing. You can click on the schedule free consultation link on my YouTube banner, or you can click it at the top of the chat or in the video description, and that takes you to calendly.com. You can click on that right there. You can change the month if you want. Right there, and then you can pick the date and you pick the time, and Calendly will let me know, and I will email you back to let you know what information I need to accurately assess your financial life. All right, and let's see, the YouTube banner also has the PayPal link on it, which is paypal.me/Coach Steve Money. Every little bit helps, obviously. Instagram is Coach Steve Money, no spaces. And email is coachstevemoney@gmail.com. You can ask him about any type of thing you want, like anything that's on my YouTube channel, like financial coaching, Ramsey stuff, Oak Island, computer stuff, video gaming, the music stuff that I do, the parodies I've written, that kind of thing, if you want to talk about anything. But yeah, I want to hear somebody else sing the Baby Step song and play it on the after show. So get in touch with me via the email or Instagram. Let me know if you'd like to sing that song, and I will get you the link for the exact music I use. Or you can use different music that's, that's the same. That's the same song. Or you can try to put those words to another song. That would be cool too. Yeah, so that's about it. Alrighty. Make smart. I can't believe that was about whole life. I can't believe it. Make smart.